بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. The khatir yesterday was referring to death. 29 years old, young man died in an accident. This morning khatir was relating to that, which is choose between preparing yourself for the hereafter and be successful, or lag behind and you know where you go, which is لمن شاء منكم أن يتقدم أو يتأخر. Today I'm going to give you a story, shows you how when you submit yourself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may not only protect you but also protect other people who are associated with you. Because we know that if you are hanging with good people, even if you're not a good person, you get blessed sometimes because of the good people. That's the advantage of being with good people and the advantage of being good too. Before the story, a fact. American Airlines flight number 191, 1979, crashed because of an engine on the left wing separated at a takeoff. 258 passengers and 13 crew members and 2 on land died and 6 injured. So everyone on board died. Okay, now this is a fact. A family from Syria, the grandfather decided to move to the United States, and he moved to Los Angeles and situated himself, and then his wife would follow with their 7 children. When it was time to go, they flew and they had to go first stop in New York, then Chicago. At Chicago airport, the first stop, they wanted to take a picture so they can give them their green card. So they've taken a picture of everyone. And there was a lady who just, not too long ago, started wearing the hijab. And they said, you have to take the hijab off. She said, I won't take it. You have to take the hijab. I won't take the hijab off. It is command from Allah and I will not take it for anything. Okay, we're going to call the supervisor, call whoever you want to call. 3 hours spent going back and forth with authorities and such, and she is refusing. You cannot get your green card and you're going to miss your flight to Los Angeles. She said, I will not take it off. Now I know that sometimes at urgency we have permission. But to her, it's not an emergency to miss the plane versus disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Her grandmother was so angry at her. It's like, we don't want to miss the plane. We barely can afford the money to come over here. We came all the way. We might even be sent back or some problem. She insisted she will not. After a long 3 hours, they agreed to take the picture with the hijab. They missed the plane. They bought new tickets and headed to Los Angeles. When they arrived to Los Angeles, the grandpa was there crying, tears all over him, and hugging and kissing and everything, and they have no idea why is he doing this. I'm so glad that you are alive. And then they found out the plane that they were supposed to be at is the plane that crashed. the hijab ordeal is a mean from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect the whole family from death. 8 people protected because one lady decided to uphold the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A real story. To tell you that when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands you something and you do it for His sake, it's impossible that you will not get your reward and you will not be compensated. But the conviction that you have that you will is what makes a difference. The certainty that you have that the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be fulfilled. Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, إِنَّا لَنَنصُرُ رُسُلَنَا وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا فِي الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَيَوْمَ يَقُومُ الْأَشْهَادِ. That victory will be given for sure, certainly, for our messengers and the believers in this life and the day of judgment. Not just the day of judgment, not just the hasanat, but this life you will get it. But when you have that certainty is what we are working on all the time. So don't compromise. Don't compromise your religion or the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for anyone. Imagine how much you love your mom and dad and their status before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where your obedience is not accepted if they're not happy with you. If your mom tells you, I'm angry at you, your prayer is useless. 0 credit. If she tells you, I'm angry, make sure you satisfy her. Make sure that she is happy with you. If you do your part and she continues to be angry, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you on that part, but you have to make sure that you're pleasing her. So imagine yourself, victory here and victory over there, just to uphold and making sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala comes first. If your mom or your dad or anyone tells you to do something haram, no obedience. Ultimate and absolute obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Stories like that really makes the person, you're convicted, or you have conviction, you intensify that. That's what this really does. Imagine you were supposed to get in this car and the person who was in it left you and you're stranded and you're so angry, and boom, you hear that the car crashed and the person died and you missed it and you were angry at him. Now you say, Alhamdulillah, I wasn't with him. وَعَسَىٰ أَن تَكْرَهُ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. This is how you understand the Quran. This is how you understand the command from stories of other people. Don't be an example. Learn from other people. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.